Look at people. Listen, my message for the day is: look, sometimes you really, really got to understand what your value is in life, or what value you bring to situations, relationships, and stuff like that. You got to understand your value, and sometimes this is difficult, especially like when you're in your youth. You don't really know what your value is, and so it takes some time going throughout your life to understand your value, how you move, and stuff like that. Oftentimes, what you got to understand, like when you recognizing your value, sometimes you do have to compare yourself to the next man, and you're not doing it in a way where you're trying to feel like you better than the next man or anything like that, but you're doing it because you're trying to get a gauge, of like what's the market price for your actions, for your deeds, for how you move as a person. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is like, for example, like if you want to go buy something like a car or something like that, and you see a certain type of model and make and everything like that, when you go online, you're not just gonna find the first car and buy it. This car can say, this somebody could be buying it for selling it for like $55,000 or something like that. But then when you look at the market value of how all the rest of these cars is, the same make, model, year, and everything like that, is like $9,000. But somebody over here, they trying to play you and they trying to increase the price as crazy, to $55,000. But it's not worth that. Or the opposite is actually true too. Sometimes you might have a car and you want to sell this car, and you think of the car is worth lower, and somebody, a buyer might come up to you and try to give you lower than what the car is worth. They might give, the car might be worth $55,000, but they're trying to give you $9,000. And when you look at the market value for that car is very, very rare or whatever. And so, yes, it is. You could be shortchanging yourself. You can be like $60,000, and this person's trying to shortchange you. You understand what I'm saying? But that's how people will get down in this world, and that's how people will do if you're not privy. They'll sit there and smile on your face and everything like that. But a lot of times they have evil intentions for you, okay? Because and they love it when you do not know your value, and they love it when you do not know what you bring to the table, because they will always shortchange you. Okay, you on jobs, you in friendships, you in family groups and stuff like this. They will always try to make it seem as though your value is less than what it truly actually is. And the reason they do that is they trying to get into your head and get it into your mind that your value is not enough. So they'll sit there and say that you're not doing enough, or you're not moving, and you in whatever reason you're not producing good enough for everybody. But and so as a result, what will happen is you'll think that you are not as valuable as you truly are, okay? And they'll be able to reap great benefits from you while simultaneously having to pay you little to nothing at all. That's what people are going to try to do in this world. They're going to try to undervalue you, okay? But then in the same vein, they're going to try to reap as much benefits from you as possible, okay? They'll try to tell you worth $3,000, you worth $300,000, and you won't even know that until you go out into the world and you look and see like how your actions and how you move and how it is in comparison to other people, and you'll realize how valuable you are. If you're good to people, you are extremely valuable. Okay, if you're not putting people down and stuff like that, a lot of times this world try to sit there and try to tell you that you're weak or something like that because you trying to be good to people, or you moving in a certain type of way. And you got to truly understand that you are not that way. And these people, they lost in the damn sauce. Having these people, they be extremely jealous, or they're like insecure, and they don't feel good about themselves. Okay, because they know what they do and they feel like a bad person. When they look at you, they feel even worse. Okay, and also this world is twisted. Okay, people, they think that all the evil traits are the strongest traits and all the good traits are the softest and the weakest traits. Okay, no, those good traits they're closer to God. God is not no doggone. He's not soft in any way, shape, or form. Okay, but you got to understand where to do good and where not to do good. Trust and believe me. If you're a good person, you've been doing good to people, you will always come out on top. I don't give a damn who the hell was in your life that came in the past that took and left and whatever the case may be, and now they think they over there having the time of their life. They'll sit there and they'll try to lie in your face. They will try to put on every face a false mask and everything like that, trying to act like they're so happy. A lot of people, when you good to people, they'll never ever top you. They'll never ever move forward. Your price, your value is extremely high. That's why you'll always see these people keep on returning back into your life. If you were so, they'll try to leave and try to act like you ain't worth nothing, but they keep on returning to your life. They keep on trying to get into your life. They keep on coming back. If you were so worthless and you're so, how often do you go back to something that you believe is worthless? How often do you go back and try to rummage through, trying to find some gold and trash that you think that all this stuff is trash? Why would you go over there and look through that doggone? You understand what I'm saying? That's because these people, they be lying. They're trying to play you. It's a manipulation game. They're trying to do some type of reverse psychology. They're trying to make you think that you have no worth whatsoever, so they can continuously always benefit off of you. Okay, they can go somewhere and they come back and try to benefit up off of you, and you can't go for that and tell people you ain't going for that. Okay, understand your value as a person. Again, I'm telling you, when you doing good and you have integrity towards people and stuff like that, and you actually doing right, No, it's not no weakness in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of people, they know that. They want you to be as miserable as them, okay? A lot of times that's what people want. And so they want to make you think that everything that you do that's good or whatever, or that you try to do with some type of integrity, they want you to make you think that that's weak, okay? And some people would truly, they have no self awareness in any way, shape, or form. They actually do think that, okay? And you can't let this world try to turn you cold like that, because when you do, you're going to end up just like these people up over there. And that's what a lot of people want you to be just as miserable as them. They want you to give up wherever you go in your life to be just as miserable as them. And so they'll try to undervalue you. They'll try to demean you. They'll try to put you down. They're just going to say all this stuff. Like everything that you say, everything that you do, they'll try to discredit it and everything like that. Not because it's wrong. They're doing it because they're trying to get into your head that you're inherently flawed as a person, that you are inherently flawed in any way, shape, or form, and that you have no value. It's a damn lie from the pits of hell, okay? You got to understand your value and what you bring to the table. Another huge component of this, too, is sometimes you can be a type of person where you'll give. I'm the type of person, I give. I like giving stuff to people, but I realize you just can't give to everybody. A lot of times people, they do not respect what they did not have to work for. Whatever you do, it don't matter what you've done for a person. It doesn't matter what you do for organizations, groups, and stuff like that, with work or whatever. People, they do not respect what they do not have to work for. And you got to understand that, especially when you out here as a man, especially even when you working with these doggone women out here. If you just giving stuff to these doggone women and they ain't working for nothing, they not going to respect what the heck you bring. And you got to understand this from a psychological point of view. You got to understand this. Like, this is like, people in marketing or business owners and stuff like that. They understand one fundamental thing. What you can ultimately do oftentimes is take a product that is just a common product. But what you'll do with that product is you'll raise the price. You'll hike it up real high. Okay. And as a result, a lot of people, they will deem whatever you're selling as very valuable, okay? And people, they'll go out there and buy it and they'll hold it in high esteem, even though it's just like, you have two purses. There's nothing different except for the label on this purse up over here, and it's worth $5,000 more than this product up over here. You'd be like, why would people go out there? It's because of the psychological. It's called psychological pricing. These people, they will hike the price up as much as possible to give off the illusion that it's very, very expensive, and when it's, very, very valuable, okay? And it's like a status symbol or something like that. And when that happens, oftentimes, people, they'll go out their way to work hard to go get the money so they can go buy that item, okay? Because they believe that it's very valuable. In the same vein, if they have the same item, if they were to drop the price to like 50 cents, most people, they wouldn't buy it. You know why they wouldn't buy it? It's because psychologically they thinking, this is only 50 cents, so it must be worthless. You understand what I'm saying? The same damn bag. They can have the same bag, the same, and nothing is different. The stitching is all the same, but one is a higher price than the other. And people, they will value this one over here because it's a higher price than this one over here, and nothing is different between the two bags, okay? That's how people's brains works. That's how everybody's minds work to a large degree. When you get something and you don't have to work for it, it's just given to you and stuff like that, you're not going to respect it. You'll oftentimes take stuff like that for granted. You understand what I'm saying? You in America, and you can go home, you can turn on your faucet, water comes out, clean water to a certain degree, unless you're in Michigan, but to a certain degree, your water comes out and it's clean to the, and so you really don't necessarily respect that water. You can go to the grocery store, get all the food in the world, so you really don't necessarily respect the food. You know what I mean? You got safety, you were in a first world country in America, and you got, for the most part, you got a lot of safety. You can walk around to a certain degree feeling pretty doggone safe. Not everywhere, but you can go to, but if you're in another country, you don't have that type of luxury, you understand? So it's a privilege that you have that you don't even understand that you have. So you'll take the safety for granted. And it's a whole bunch of other different things. But in general, because things are given to, when things are given to people freely and they don't have to work for it, they think in their head that it's worthless, okay? That is not important. And that's what people will do. Especially if you are in people's life and you're giving to people, you don't understand, like, man, I'm giving and I'm helping, I'm doing blah, blah, blah. Why is it that, people are acting like I'm not valuable? Well, the reason being is because they probably don't see you as necessarily valuable. They'll take everything that you do for granted. When you get up and you leave and they understand the impact of what you did and your work and everything like that, now they'll understand truly how valuable. They knew you was valuable all the way back here to a certain degree, but they didn't want to respect what you gave. And they don't want to respect you, okay? But when you get up and leave, they can truly see the huge huge impact of what your work and stuff like is devastating. And sometimes they don't see that until it's gone. Okay, when it's removed out of that situation. But that's why sometimes you should not just be going outside giving things to people willy nilly. A lot of people that are extremely ungrateful. They are ungrateful to a whole nother level. They cannot be grateful for anything in a damn life. It does not matter. You go up to somebody and give them $1,000,000 and they still ungrateful. They will act like they will still treat you with disdain and discomfort and stuff like that. It's because they're extremely ungrateful. They always comparing them lives to everybody else, and they're comparing their lives to everybody else, not in a healthy way, in the sense that you're trying to understand what your value is. They're comparing themselves to everybody else because they're looking at everybody else and what they got and what they don't got. People they'll look at they'll think they ain't got nothing. They got millions of dollars in the damn bank account. They looking at themselves and they look like they ain't got nothing. They got a spouse on their arm that actually love them and everything like that, and they looking out at the people up over here on TV who's living in Beverly Hills or something like that, and they like thinking that they ain't got nothing. It's like the people are just extremely ungrateful a lot of times, and you gotta appraise and understand the level of gratefulness of people and how grateful that they are. You know what I'm saying? Like in how of what you're doing in their life or whatever the case may be, because you can sit there and be doing as much as you possibly can, and it's like a black hole to certain people. It's a black hole. Everything you do, it goes into it's like it's meaningless. It's a vortex, and you could be sitting there doing that stuff with people for years, 10, 20, 50, 30 years. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like these people still will never ever appreciate what you did for them or what you're doing and stuff like that. It's because again, they're ungrateful. It don't matter. You could have went out your way to go do something for somebody. Everybody else could have said no to this individual, but you went out your way to go do something for somebody, and you did it and everything like that. And then they'll turn around and act like you ain't did nothing for them. It's because they're so ungrateful. They're extremely ungrateful, and so you got to recognize that. And you can't do stuff for everybody again, because when you doing stuff for everybody, free of charge and everything like that, again, people they'll just look at it as like whatever you're doing is not. It's like because if it was valuable, you wouldn't give it to me. Like I would have to work for stuff. And that's what you got to do with a lot of people. You got to ensure that the people that's coming into your life, they working for whatever you give them. Okay. Sometimes you can do a nice thing for people, but for a lot of times you just cannot be like that to people. You just cannot. Okay. Because they don't respect what you're doing for them. They don't care and they don't value it. They'll value it when you're gone, but when you're there, they'll never value it. Okay. They could, and especially if they've been around for a long period of time, they start to blend it, like it starts to become like clean water. Like they just don't respect it because it's always there in an abundance. Okay, it's just like the lights. They can easily click on the lights and turn off the lights, so they stop respecting the value of the lights after a while. And it's not until the lights are gone that they realize the value. And so sometimes that's what's going to happen in your life when you're interacting with people or you're moving in certain areas and stuff like that. People will not respect you, and they will not understand the impact of what you've done, and they will not understand the impact of your presence until you're gone. Okay, that's when they don't figure it out. Okay, and then they got to live in a state of regret. And you should, and again, to a large degree, you got to sometimes not even take people like that back, or not letting them people back in your life or anything like that. Okay, because it's like no, you understand what I'm saying? Like it's like because who's to say that they won't start to do that stuff again? If you got if you can see somebody, you could truly see that they repenting and they understand the impact of you and stuff like that, and they changing their behavior, that's different. But if you let somebody in and they got the same type of behavior as they did before, cut them off and let them go, and don't even mess with these individuals. You got to keep it pushing in the future, because these people will never appreciate and never value anything that you've done for them in their lives. Okay, they see what you're doing as meaningless. They'll try to undervalue and again, they're seeing it as meaningless, but at the same time, they know that it's extremely important. Like it's a weird phenomenon. But they got to see that it's meaningless in a certain way, so they can keep on trying to discredit you, trying to take away all the bluster from you, trying to remove any type of good reputation or spirit from you, in the sense that like they just got to strip it away, so they can keep you in a state where you think that you're not worthy enough, that you don't have that much value, that you're like low, so they continuously sit there and benefit up off of you without having to pay the real price of what you deserve. Okay, that's what people will do. Okay, and sometimes you're thinking that you're trying to just be nice to people. You can't be nice to everybody. You just can't. No. You got to use no a lot with a lot of people. No, especially if you've seen a pattern where they are just ungrateful for what you do. Hell no. Don't even remotely try to go over there and do anything for people like that. No, it's because it's a waste of doggone time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm just doing it out of the kindness of my heart. You got to do that for people that actually would appreciate what you do. You got to do that stuff for organizations and people's and work, environments and families and stuff like. You got to do that stuff for people that appreciate it. You just got to understand some people, they do not appreciate it. Their mindset is completely different from yours. They think stuff that you would do, they would think that they see it as a weakness. If you give it to them, sometimes people will just see that as a weakness. It's silly and it's really as backwards. But this is how people's minds work. Some people just have very, 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 very petty mindsets. It just is what it is. And so you got to spot when people got petty mindsets like that. You understand what I'm saying? And keep it pushing in the future. And when you come bringing people in, again, if you're a man and you got these women, the same thing is with the women too. But I always talk a lot of times talk towards the men's a little bit more. But like if you're a man and you got a woman on your arm and that woman is ungrateful for what you do and she act like, you got to understand she got to probably go. I'm telling you, she got to go because she got to understand like what it is. Okay. Sometimes they just don't understand until they're gone. And then if you coming in and you bringing this woman in, you might have a certain demeanor where you like, you'll take care or like you'll be with this woman, whatever case. Sometimes women think that you're straight up goddamn goofy. They'll think you're straight up goofy. They might think that you're like one of these dudes up over here that just will do anything for them. And that's when you got to cut their asses off and let their asses know that ain't what it is and leave their ass on the goddamn street and go figure out with the next nigga because they got you messed up. That's exactly what you got to let it be with these females and some of these females, because it's like, no. And you can do, you can move a certain type of ways to certain type of females, but just like, again, they got to earn that. You can give certain things to certain type of females, but they got to earn it. They got to earn it. They got to earn it. They got to earn it through some type of work, showing like, like they can like consistent and stuff like that. Like, it's like they can communicate and everything like that. It's like, you should never invest in no damn girl who's out here and she ain't showing you no type of play. Like some women that just do not like you. They'll be with you, but they don't like you. It's crazy as hell. Some women, if they'll like you, they ain't gonna mess with you at all. But some women would not like you, but they with you and stuff like that. You understand? And again, that's why they'll take for granted everything that you do. And again, this happens on both sides with the men and the women. I'm just talking with the men right now, but this happens on both sides. Like they just don't respect it because it's not like for whatever reason, but they're benefiting off of you in some way, shape, or form. And sometimes you gotta recognize that's what the situation is that this female right here, she is around simply because she's benefiting. She might not even necessarily like you. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll try to act like she do, but you could tell. Like it's like, why is this girl around me? It's because you, in some way, shape, or form, you might be benefiting her. Okay. And again, it happens on both sides. At work, they would do the same thing. They'll try to micromanage you. They'll try to make it seem, they'll nitpick with you at work and stuff like that, or in different organizations, different places. They'll try to do everything as possible. They know that you're a valuable person. They understand a lot of times the impact. They will take it for granted, though, at the same time. And think, so it's like it's a weird phenomenon. They understand how important you are, but at the same time, they devalue you. And they actively devalue you, And so it kind of like almost like it like gets into their head, like where they see your value and they have to devalue you in order for you to stay with them or to stay by them or to stay in this place so that you don't move forward and go do something else somewhere else. And so it's almost like they keep on devaluing you and trying to find ways to devalue you that they actually start to believe that it's the truth. Like it's a weird, like when you keep on telling yourself something, eventually some people, they can easily lie to themselves. And so all the lies that they said to themselves, they actually start to believe it. So like they'll devalue you, continuously devaluing you. And then in their head, after a while, they actually think that you ain't got that much value. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of times they do that stuff on purpose. They do that stuff as a manipulation tactic. They try to micromanage you to try to give off the image that you don't know what you're doing and that you and blah, blah, blah. But then they'll turn around and take all your damn work and your credit. Then they'll turn around and say what you say and say it and acting as though that they said it. They'll try to push your whatever you doing off as if it's their own ideas and stuff like that. But then they'll try to sit back and micromanage you and try to get everybody else to believe that you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how people would get down, okay? And they're trying to get into your head that you're not valuable enough and that you need to sit right where you are because you, and again, they'll try to they'll make it in a way where they're trying to get into your head that you shouldn't go anywhere else. Is because this place is the only place they'll ever tolerate you because you're really incompetent, you're really stupid. They don't say that to you verbally, but that's how they will treat you. Like you need to stay here because you really stupid and you don't really know what you're doing out there in the world and nobody ever gonna give you no chance, so you might as well just sit here and stay here. But they trying to manipulate you, they trying to play you, they trying to take as much away from you as they possibly can without having given you a damn thing, okay? And at the same time, again, they'll try to devalue you, they'll try to take away everything, and then they'll try to give off and project the image to everybody else like a woman will do this too. Again, men will do this too, but it's like a woman will do this too. If you're in a relationship with a woman, she know damn well that she like probably shouldn't be with you and stuff like that. She will go out there and try to get everybody else to believe that you're worthless or whatever the case may be. She won't say this to your face, or she won't. If she's very, very manipulative and stuff like that, she'll go out there and do that. A man will do that stuff to you too. If you're a woman, they'll go out there and try to convince everybody that you ain't got no valuable, or they'll try to tell lies and stuff like that in the hopes that they'll create a bad reputation for you. Okay, and so people will treat you some type of way, and it will solidify the lies that they, it'll solidify the lies that they tell to you or whatever, because people, they'll start to treat you because of the lies that this person is saying about you behind your back and stuff like that. And they'll also get you to a point like, man, maybe I should just stay, or maybe I am not that good, or maybe blah, 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 blah. But it's all manipulation. All that stuff is a whole bunch of just nothing but more than manipulation. Okay, and a lot of times people, they're in the fog. A lot of times people, they don't even understand what it is. And I'm talking about like a third party person. They can be looking from the outside in. Okay, they don't truly know everything what's going on. They can only see a certain part. And oftentimes the person that's very manipulative and they're trying to take away your value and try to keep you in a certain state, what they'll do is they'll go down over around people and proactively try to get people to move away from you. So they'll try to isolate you as much as they possibly can and create all these lies and these narratives about who you are as an individual and everything like that. So again, it ruins your reputation, and it hinders you from moving forward and getting any type of support from anywhere else or any type of other type of job opportunities. Some of these people are so goddamn malicious. They will tell other jobs and organizations and things of that nature. You sometimes you gotta have you got to have your resume, and you got to put work history on there. And so oftentimes what these people would do is, especially if you put them on there, they'll sit there and lie. They'll lie to the new person and say, oh yeah, this person's terrible. They're like, this person don't know what they're doing, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's cruel, it's nasty, and it's slimy, and it's grimy, but that's what people will do. I'm telling you, that's what they will do. They will go through great lengths so they can keep you in a state where you are sitting right there and they're reaping all of the benefits about who you are and what you do and how you move and stuff like that. They'll do that so that they don't have to pay anything at all. Okay. And they also, sometimes they do it because they don't want you to get ahead of them. A lot of people are very insecure, and if they see you and they see you doing certain type of things and they see you moving in a certain type of way, they see the influence that you could potentially have and everything like that, people will proactively go out there and try to sabotage the rest of your life, your career and stuff like that, just because they're afraid that you're going to take their damn spot. They're afraid that people are going to look at you as some type of leader, or like they actually might gravitate to you more. Okay, people are extremely insecure. So they want to go around and try to devalue you to other people as a proactive measure that you never, ever, ever get their spot. They think that you in there trying to take their spot because they know people, they think you think like they think. Okay, so they think that like they know how they move. So they think that you trying to go in there and take their damn spot. Okay, and take them out and everything like that. You understand? And it's not the case whatsoever. So, but they'll proactively, and it's real grimy, it's real slime, it's cruel. It's like, it's a slimy way that people will get down, and they'll do it all behind your back covertly and everything like that. Like, you ain't never, if you ain't catching on, I mean, you can't be everywhere at one time, but they will proactively go out there and lie on your name. Since day one, they saw you and they saw what you can do. They went out there and they was starting to slander your damn name because they're trying to get people to turn away from you and get everybody else to think that you ain't got no value. And in turn, they're hoping that you believe that you ain't got no value. So you stay in this mindset of, I can't do anything. I can't do any better. I'm worthless. I'm this, I'm that. That's what people will do. They will play a whole doggone mind games like the Truman Show. I'm telling you, it's crazy. They will try to get everybody on board if they possibly can. Some people, they don't even recognize what they're doing. They don't even understand. But they will believe. They might look at you and they might believe a lie or whatever the case may be, because it looks like to a certain degree it's the truth. You understand what I'm saying? So people that have never met you or something like that, they might actually think that you ain't got no type of value. Okay, and so they'll look at you with some type of disdain or whatever. But it's all lies from the next man. It's all lies from the next woman. Because they intimidated by you, because they scared that you might take their spot, because they scared that your value. Sometimes people are scared that you'll get up and eventually see who they are as a person and leave. They're afraid of that. They're afraid that you're going to recognize what your value is and you get up and you leave, and they can't have that. Trust and believe me, they cannot have that. They benefit off of you, and they know what they're getting up off of you, and they don't want anybody else to do it. Some people are so goddamn slimy and grimy. Sometimes you'll have relationships too, is another thing that people will do. Sometimes people, they will go as far as to, even though they want to keep you in a state and they want to keep you all to themselves, some people, their manipulation will go as far as they'll especially if it's like in an old relationship or something like that. But this is in other situations too. But what they'll do is they'll leave. They'll end the relationship in some way, shape, or form, and then they'll stay away from you. And again, they'll try. They were working on you the whole relationship, trying to beat you down and demean you and stuff like that. And then the leaving was just as a way to keep you over there thinking that you ain't got no value, or that you're worthless and something like that. Okay. And so they might they want to benefit off of you, or they might not necessarily want to they might want to keep you in a pocket or whatever the case may be. They might want to do a whole bunch of stuff, but they want you to stay over there in like this miserable, confused state. And the reason being is because sometimes they want to come back in the future and come at you, or they just don't want, they want to go do whatever they want to do, but they don't want you to leave. They want to still benefit off of you. That's what people would do. It's real, it's real slimy. It's real, like, low down what people would do. They'll lie. Okay. And they want you in a state so they can hopefully come back to you in the future. Okay. And sometimes people, they don't even necessarily want to be in a relationship with you. They don't, but they will see. What people will do is they'll be looking at you from afar all the time. They keep on watching you. Right. And so when they see that you're starting to get up and you're starting to do better and stuff like that, these people will try to enter back into your life. They don't actually want anything genuine with you. But sometimes they see you in a relationship with somebody, or they'll see you with blah, blah, blah. And so they can't have that. And so they're inspired by jealousy and envy. So they'll come back just and try to re-enter to your life and stuff like that. Try to get you rehooked to them, not because they truly want to be in a relationship or they truly want something with you or whatever the case may be. Their only reason why they're doing that is because they want you to keep on focusing on them. And so when they feel like you are focusing back on them enough again, then they'll let you go again and then bounce off the life, bounce off in other directions. And if you allow that type of stuff, it's just going to be terrible for you in your life. That's why, again, you should, like, that's what I'm talking about, like, where sometimes you got to recognize what people be doing and understand they damn game. Okay. And they're trying to devalue you as much as they possibly can, not because you are worthless, not because you don't have any value. It's because they know damn well you have tremendous value. It's because they know damn well that you can do better, way better than they ever can. But they don't want to see you happy with somebody else because they know damn well that they're not about to be happy with somebody else. They know that at a fundamental level. Okay. Or not even that. Some people, they don't want to see you flourish in your career, in your job and stuff like that, because they know that if they just let you go and they don't do anything, then you will fly like a damn eagle. And they scared of that. Okay. So people be extremely scared of that. They're afraid that they might actually lose you. So it's crazy. These people, they will do everything in their power to do negative things towards you, to beat you down so that you don't leave. And then they expected that stuff to work. Well, sometimes it does work with certain people. Like, it does work where they beat somebody down and the person never ever leaves, but that's what they'll try to do. Like, it's almost like it's counterintuitive. If you have your mindset might be a positive mindset. So it's like, why would I beat somebody down just so they can stay with me? Like, that's stupid. Like, why would I do? I will build them up. But they know if they say anything positive towards you, people know if they give you credit, if they give you your flowers, they know without a shadow of doubt that you'll begin to see who they truly are as a person and what lack of value that they have. That's why they will keep on trying to devalue you. That's why they will always go against you. Anything you say, anything you do, anything that you believe in, they will go against it. They will go against everything. It does not matter. Everything that you say, they're against it. They're against it. They're against it. They're against it. And they'll try to make it seem like it's everything else. No, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get into your skull, into your brain, that you have no value, that you are nothing, that you're dot, bop, 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 bop. But it's a damn lie from the pits of hell. It's not the truth whatsoever. And you can't let people pimp you. You can't let people play you like that, okay? That's what I'm saying. You got to go out there and understand what your value is and understand what you bring out to this world and everything like that, and your gifts and your talents and everything like that. And you cultivate that stuff and you make it on your own. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you listen to what God tells you what you is. God will not tell you no lies. God will tell you exactly who you is. And that's point blank, period. People will lie to you all day, every day, okay? They making up lies, false stories and stuff like that. They'll play, act fake. They'll try to come over there like they love you. They don't really actually love you. All they doing is trying to come up over there to try to benefit off of you, trying to pimp you in some way, shape, or form, to try to extract whatever you got that God gave you or whatever case may be. That's no. But that's what you need to learn to understand who you are. It's like, that's who God tell you who you are, period. Ain't nobody else on this earth. Can't nobody else tell you nothing, okay? If God tell you this way, that's what you is, period, point blank. Nothing else matters, okay? So that's why you got to sometimes have a strong mental understanding of who you are as a person and what you offer and the value you got. Don't let nobody sit there and try to tell you you ain't got no value. You got tremendous values, okay? And sometimes people, they're scared that you're going to recognize the value that you got because, again, they're scared scared that you're going to leave. They're scared that you're going to actually start to succeed. They're scared that they're not going to be able to benefit off of you. It's all selfish reasons as to why they're scared. And they didn't. And the thing is, you might have some type of compassion for a person like this, because they could be in a family, they could be in a friend, they could be a relationship or something like that. You might have some type of compassion, but understanding these people ain't got no damn compassion for you, and they will sabotage your whole damn life if you keep these people around. Trust and believe me, they do not want to see you move forward and do good in this world. They want to feel like they the only ones that can do good in this world, okay? They are twisted and ass backwards, okay? They will try to demean, diminish, and everything. They always got something slick and sly to say about what you do and how you move. They got a problem with everything that you do. You got to remove these negative ass people about your life and keep them where they need to be, in your goddamn rear view mirror. Keep their ass in that damn rear view mirror as you keep it pushing in the future. Okay, that's the only thing that you can do. But don't let these people sit there and try to make you believe that you ain't got no damn worth and you ain't got no value. Understand what you can do. Understand the gifts that you got. Everybody can't do what you do. Everybody can't move how you move. Everybody ain't smooth as you are. Everybody can't walk like you, talk like you, act like you, and da. People that come up against you, not because they really truly think that you some type of way, because they think that you are something negative. They're coming at you because they know that you everything but, and they know that they are a certain type of way. So they're trying to get into your head. They're trying to play reverse psychology. They're trying to project who they are onto you. They want you to feel who they are. They want you to believe you are them in a lot of ways. And that's their whole goal and their objective. And simultaneously, they're trying to strip the power that you actually truly have and try to amass it and put it onto themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, they love to be on ego trips. Another way that people try to, like, people don't always say things to you verbally, or like they'll criticize your work. Sometimes another way that people will try to sit there and try to act like you ain't got no value, or try to devalue you. Have you ever been in situations where you try and call somebody or talk to somebody, or whatever the case may be? People, they won't even answer the damn phone. They're acting like they so busy that they ain't got no time to ever say, you know what I mean? Like, they act like they're so busy, and they're not. They're sitting at their home looking at their phone, laughing. They laughing, okay, because they're like, look at this person. And then they also go, again, this is another way how, you know, they might tell you, hey, can you hit me up, or bop, like, hit me up around this time. And then you hit that person up. And some of these diabolical people, what they'll do is sit there and they know you about to call them, okay? And so they might be around other people. And this is how they'll get the image of other people, of like you might be a certain, like you crazy, that you delusional, that you this, and this. They'll tell other people that. But on your end, they tell you to call them. And so you hit them up, or you might call them because you thought the conversation was really important, and they might even say something like, hey, if I don't answer the first time, call me like 2 more times. I might just be in the shower or something like that. And so you do it, and while you're doing that, they never gonna answer the phone. But what they're doing is they're holding up the phone to people that's around them and saying, look, I told you, look how crazy this person is. Look how like desperate this person is. Like, look at they'll do that. They'll do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll set you up like that. But what they'll do is, a lot of times, they're acting like they're so busy that they just can't even respond. They can't say nothing to you. They're just so, like, they're just, you know, they got the world on their shoulders. But really, in reality, they ain't got all that, okay? But they trying to play mind games with you. They trying to act like their time is so important that they can't do nothing. They acting like, oh, you all set a time or a date or something like that or whatever. And they talking about, oh man, I got to go do the work, man. I gotta go work and bop. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to act like their time is so damn valuable. Really, they not doing all that. All they trying to do is trying to instill in your head that you ain't important enough. But the crazy thing is, on the reverse, when the roles are reversed, when it's now your time and you got to go do something, or you ain't answering the phone, these people will have a goddamn fit. They will act like you are Adolf Hitler. They will act like you are just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they will blow that up out of proportion, because in their head, they hate the fact they feel like you truly are not like listening to them, or you're not calling them, or you know what I mean? Like, they think you're doing the same thing back. You know what I'm saying? They want you to call the phone first time, pick up the phone first time. Like, you better call, that phone better not ring twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how these type of people's demeanor is. You better have that report to me, bop. Your boss will do some BS, but your boss, when you ask your boss for something, they won't give it to you. But then when the reverses happen, they need something from you. They expect you to jump off the goddamn cliff. You know, you're supposed to be like goddamn Flash out here, moving at supersonic speeds to get whatever they need at a certain time, and they like they want it at the snap of their damn fingers. And if you don't get it at the snap of their fingers, like they acting like you doing something wrong. This is how these people will get down. But simultaneously, at the same time, when you need something, they act like they too damn busy to go do it. That's how people will do it. That's another way that they'll try this manipulative way where they're trying to get you to think that you ain't got no type of value. People, they'll come and they'll try to bring you in. They're trying to lift you up in some way, shape, or form just to push you out. That's what they will do. Okay, because what they do is when they do this type of stuff, they try to pull you in just to push you out. They will pull you in some way, shape, or form, and then or like you at work. Oh, they might give you a compliment. This is one of those rare times they'll give you a type of compliment or whatever. After all this criticism, they'll try to give you some type of compliment. Or you might be in a relationship and this person acting right for like a day or whatever. And or you could be in friend groups or something like that. But whatever the case may be, they could be a certain type of way before, but now they give you some type of validation. And so what happens after that is they'll completely pull away from you after that. Again, then they'll start, this week they act in a certain type of way. Next week they acting that like you are the damn devil. Like they acting like you just doing everything wrong, blah, blah. You're doing the exact same thing that you did last week, but they trying to act like that you ain't doing nothing at all. And again, it's a pimp game. It's a move where they trying to get you to do more. They're trying to tell you ain't doing enough so that you'll do more. That's how people will get down. They'll try to manipulate you and play you like that. They'll say, man, you ain't doing enough. You doing 25 times the work as the next motherfucker. You are doing 25 times what the other people are doing. You are going above and beyond, but they trying to sit there and trying to play you and try to tell you that you ain't doing enough. People at work there try to threaten, I'll write you up. I was like, motherfucker, write me up then. The fuck? Like, who you think I am? I'll lead this bitch. I'll let this bitch go with the quickness. Like, don't do that to me. Y'all need me. I don't need you. It's like that, and then people will do that. Like, no, I'll let you go. Okay, bye, motherfucker. Like, bye. Like, what? Like, these people crazy. They crazy, but they bluffing. You gotta understand they bluffing. They need you. A lot of people, they be needing you, but they don't want you to know that they need you, okay? So they'll play this damn game, and like this game where they'll pull away from you, and what they hope and what they expect you to do is to run up after them, because that's what a lot of people do. Oftentimes, when you give somebody some type of validation or praise or whatever the case may be, if you want to manipulate them and really be in a position of authority and control over them, what you do next is you pull away from them. You act like they doing something wrong. You walk over this way. Or if they do something that you don't necessarily like, if they don't necessarily like, they'll retract from you. They'll completely pull away from you. And they're not doing it in some type of genuine manner. But these people are very good actors, extremely very good actors and actresses. They will truly make it out to seem like you did something wrong. And that's why they're doing the actions that they're doing, that they're retracting. But the reality, the truth of the matter is that you ain't do nothing wrong. You're playing these hot and cold games. Yesterday, they talking to up a storm and having all this fun. Now they cold as a goddamn iceberg out here now today. And they're doing that stuff on purpose because they want you to chase after them. They want you to run up after them and figure out what the problem is. They want you to run because when you in that situation, you chasing up after people, the person that you chasing is now in a position of authority. Now they can get more up out of you. Now they can try to keep on changing your personality and try to keep on changing who you are as a person. This is what these people will do. They're trying to change you into what they want you to be. Okay. And then they'll use these manipulation games and these spying tactics, these devaluation type of tactics, so they can make you think that you ain't got enough value or you ain't important enough or that you're doing something wrong. And they'll retract from you and you're running up out to somebody. And now every time you run up out to somebody, you keep on changing your personality so that this person or whatever, or you get that validation again. Okay. And everybody to a certain degree has done it. Okay. People be out here lying and fool-gazing, talking about they ain't never had no damn bad day in their life. They asses be lying. They be straight up lying. People be having that bad day. So it's like you shouldn't beat yourself up if you fell into this damn paradigm, if you fell into that manipulation tactic. But the more important thing is you spot it and you get the hell away from it, or you in some way, shape, or form try to address it, okay? But these people, they toxic as hell. They always gonna be damn toxic and they insecure. Okay, so you can't really fix it. That's why sometimes you just gotta get the hell away from these type of people. But in general, that's what it's gonna be at the end of the damn day. You gotta understand your value. Okay, people will sit there, they try to act like you ain't got no value whatsoever, knowing damn well you are a damn diamond. They know what it is. They know what it is. But people, they'll sit there and they'll try to gamble with you. They'll try to play games with you. They'll try to sit there and act like you ain't doing nothing at all. They will do all these lies and schemes and stuff like that, trying to make it seem like you ain't got no value. They will tell you ain't doing enough, so you do more. You know what I'm saying? Like they will do everything in their power to get everybody else to think that you're worthless, so that it will help solidify the lies that they're telling you. or whatever, because they now everybody else got this perception, and now sometimes you be walking on damn eggshells around certain people, around or workstations and stuff like that, not hoping that you don't make no mistakes. And you got to recognize that this is where people they in position of positions of authority. This is where they love you. This is where they want you to be. This is because they know they got you at this point. Any little thing you do, they will. I'm telling you, they will be on you with anything. They will micromanage you. They will try to act like you are just incompetent, you know. And I always say, it's like, dude, if you are so incompetent, why would people bring you onto the team in the first place? Wouldn't that make the person that brought you onto the team incompetent if they bring in a person that they know is incompetent and then they keep in that individual in a certain role or whatever the case may be? Wouldn't that make the person that's bringing the individual in that they believe is incompetent? Wouldn't that make them incompetent? Yeah, but they're trying to reverse it. They ain't gonna like it when you use that type of logic on them, because it's going to expose what the truth is, okay? That you are extremely valuable, but they just trying to take and restrict things up out of you. They're trying to get things up out of you without having to pay it back. They want you to be beneficial to them, but at the same time, they don't ever want you to be better than them. In their eyes, they don't ever want you to be better than them. They want you on the team, but they want you under their foot under the team. They want to be better than you. That's how these people get down. That's who they are as individuals. It's who they are as people. And until they clean up that damn energy inside of them, that's always who they gotta be. They're gonna be, and it ain't no correcting them, and it ain't no going back. They'll sit there and you'll call their asses out on something, and they'll sit there and cry and say, "Oh man, I'm so sorry," bop 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 bop, and then they'll wake up and do the next thing the next damn day. That's when you know that you gotta cut this person off. You gotta let these people go. Get the hell away from this organization. Get the hell away from this job. You gotta let these things go, because if you don't, these people, they will. I'm telling you, I'll put you in a damn coffin. They'll put you in a damn grave, okay? Or you gonna put one of them in a damn grave, okay? But they'll try to devalue you and take away everything about who you are as an individual and try to make it seem as though you're not enough. Meanwhile, these very same people that's over there trying to make you feel like you're not enough, they taking your style, they taking your words, they taking your work, and they taking all this other stuff on the back end, trying to present it as if it's their work and not give you any type of credit. And again, they got to isolate you so you don't see all this. They'll do it underneath the damn scenes. They'll do it while you're away. They'll try to take credit for who you are and what you do, but they'll pass it off as if it's them, okay? They're insecure. They're they're scared that you're going to take their damn position in life. They scared. They scared. They operate out of fear, jealousy, and envy. That's how they operate. That's what their core is at the center. So do not take on the projections of what these people be talking about. That's what I'm saying, where you got to understand your value. You got to understand how you move in the world. If you have integrity, you have tremendous value. If you do things and you're a hard worker and whatever, you have tremendous value. Don't let people gaslight you about who you are, because they will do that. They'll sit there and try to gaslight you that you ain't doing enough, that you ain't working, you ain't even working hard enough, you lazy. When you working 20, 50 times harder than the next man, and they know that. They will go out their way to give awards to people who barely do anything at all and completely overlook you as a way to get at you, and again, to get at you and try to devalue you. You understand what I'm saying? They'll try to act like whatever you're talking about, when you're talking about things, they'll act like what you're saying is not important enough. Like they don't even want to hear it. Like they're talking about complete nonsense and buffoonery up over there. And then when you get up and you say something that's real or whatever, they'll act like you you just slow. Like you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? And it's like, like they don't even want to hear it. They'll sit there and act like, oh man, that's a terrible idea. And then you'll find out years later that they're using your ideas. You'll find out later that they're using whatever you just said. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll warn people about something like that's about to happen in the future. You telling people what it is, and they might know it's true. And just out of spite, just so they can say like that your whatever you're talking about is not real, they'll let whatever the bad thing happen that you warned about, they'll let it happen. They know you probably telling the truth, and they'll let it happen. And then when it happens, they'll blame everything on you. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. They're going to blame everything on you when they know doggone well that it was never your fault. They will play games. People sit there and try to play games to try to get you to think that you ain't got value in this world. It's because they know damn well they ain't got value. They will project who they are onto you. They will try to strip you of your identity and give you this false identity that you can't do anything, that you're worthless, that you're nothing, that you're this. They will go around and try to convince everybody else of this narrative. And a lot of people, they will hop onto that damn bandwagon wagon, if the person is smooth enough and they talking real smooth enough, and they will work on you. They will work on you from day one. And when you call it out, most people, they ain't even gonna listen to you. When you try to defend your name, they're not even gonna listen to you because they think that you're worthless. They think whatever this person is saying, they've been hearing it for so long, they think it's the truth. And then that person, people could be sabotaging you or doing whatever. And again, makes it look like it's the truth because they've been sabotaging you behind the scenes. You understand what I'm saying? You got to have a real strong head in these situations. You cannot react in the way that they want you to react, and do not take on their projections and stuff like that. And you got to do your best to get the hell away from these environments because they toxic and they never gonna get good. Never. I don't give a damn who they are. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be this. It could be work. It could be. You got to do your best to figure out how the hell to get away from these situations because it's never going to change. You got to understand it. Sometimes these people are never going to change. Again, sometimes you get up and you bounce and you allow a person to get in your ear. And when you get up and leave, you shouldn't allow people to get in your ear because you know what it is. But sometimes when you're in your youth, you might allow a person to get into your ear and you might go back to that dynamic. And it's going to be worse the second time around. They'll sit there, cry, bawling, saying, man, we'll pay you anything you want. We'll give you all this money. We'll do this. We'll do that. Oh, man, we'll give you a Corvette or blah, 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 blah. They'll say all this stuff just to bring you back and treat you 20 times worse. So don't believe the lies of what they saying. Don't believe what they talking about. And these people are toxic and it's bad for your health. And you got to do your best to either block it out mentally until you can get away physically, or get the hell away physically as fast as you can, okay? Know your value. Understand who God made you out to be. Understand who God put you on this earth to be. Not this BS that these people trying to come at you and trying to tell you who you are. You're not that way, okay? So with all that being said, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.